So let's get in here and start prepping these bell peppers, man. Bell peppers, one of each color. Now my wife and I are the only ones here. There's only 2 of us, so I'm only gonna make 4. Stuffing, the recipe calls for a blend of ground beef and hot Italian. She always puts a grain in hers, and this is the grain she used right here. I was able to find it. Some pasta sauce, some fire roasted diced tomatoes. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is cut the tops off of these bell peppers. So if I need to, I'll put them in a pan. I do have one handy that's just the right size, but my goal is to put them out there and just sit them right on this cooling rack here, so that smoke can get all around it. So we're gonna cut the tops off of these and get them all cleaned out. All right, so there's my bell peppers all cleaned out. All right, so there's really nothing else to do to these peppers until it's time to stuff them. And speaking of stuffing, it is time to get started on that. So my sister's recipe calls for adding pasta sauce, which I got right here. I don't remember a specific measurement, so I'm just gonna add some and kind of eyeball things. We're gonna put all of this in there. Get that mixed in. Also, we are adding fire roasted diced tomatoes. Now, per my sister's very specific instructions, we are leaving all of these juices in. We're not going to drain this mixture at all. Now, the last step for this is to add the rice. And per my sister's recipe, this is what we're doing. Uncle Ben's Ready Rice Garden Vegetable, because we already have a lot of moisture in the pan. We don't have to follow the directions on here and cook it 90 minutes in the microwave and all of that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna pour it right in here. Let's get everything all mixed up. I'm gonna turn this heat down a little bit and let that go for a minute, and we'll go out here and check on the charcoal. All right, so those coals are not quite ready yet. I'm still seeing some smoke coming out of there. We should be seeing flames, but it is coming up to temp. I can see the embers. I can see the that orange glow under there. You see it? So it's coming. I'm starting to see the flames. Just a few more minutes and it'll be ready. But let's go back inside. Looking at my stuff in here, I turned it down a little bit to almost a simmer because I felt like it was cooking a little too fast. Let's get it back going again. I don't want hard rice in here. I still got some clumps. So I'm just gonna let this go a little bit longer and make sure this rice does cook all the way through. All right, so that mixture is looking and tasting good, y'all. I think it's really about ready to be spooned into these bell peppers. So let's get that done right now. And I believe she did put a little more pasta sauce down in hers. I only have a little bit left. I put most of it in the mixture. There we go. That's the flames I'm looking for. That is the flames I'm looking for. So we're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and dump these. We're gonna put them all to one side like we do. So I got my fire going. Now I'm gonna put a little more wood on here than I normally do when I'm grilling, because I am going for a pretty pronounced smoke flavor, and this apple wood right here is a very mild flavor. So whereas I would normally only put maybe 1 or 2, I'm gonna put a little bit more on here because I really want a pronounced smoke flavor. That's really the only thing that's gonna make this different than my sister's recipe inside. All right, so let me add those and then we'll get this grill closed. We're gonna put our lid on and we're gonna open our vents only about halfway. If I wanted to be around 300, 350 at the most. So there's a vent up here on the top and then there's a vent down here at the bottom. And I'm going to set both of those at about half open. Give my grill time to warm up. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back in here and put my bell peppers on the rack that we're going to actually be cooking them on. And we're gonna let it stay out there for about an hour, cooking at a pretty relatively low temperature, because like I said, we want to get the bell peppers soft and cooked, and we want a good amount of smoke on the whole thing. So about an hour is how long we're gonna let them sit out there. So let's take them out to the grill. All right, there's nothing left to do, man, for at least another hour. I'm gonna come out here in about a half an hour and check on them though. But otherwise now it's just time and smoke. But I'll bring you back when it's time to take them off, and we'll see what we got working here. About 10 minutes before I'm gonna take them off, I'm gonna add that cheese on there and let that get some smoke as well. But we'll bring you back then. All right, y'all, my stuffed bell peppers have been out here for maybe 30, 40 minutes or something like that. I just checked on them off camera, and they're getting soft. They're getting plenty of smoke and everything, so I think it's about time to put the cheese on. Now, I'm gonna load it with a lot of cheese, so since it's time to put the cheese on now, I'll put it in a pan because I don't want the cheese dripping all over the grill. All right, so let's get that done right now. All right, so I'll come back in about 10 minutes or so. That should be enough to melt the cheese, but then I think it'll be ready to pull them after that. Looks good. Looks good. I'll bring you back for the final reveal.